Yeah. No, that's the beauty of driving through Iowa. Is
it's like a 4D experience. You've got the 3 dimensions, and then you've got the smell.
yeah.
It's just so unforgettable.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Tomcast. I'm Tom, president and dictator for life of 515comics.com. I'm joined today by Jet Falco.
That's me.
Yeah, my fabulous guest, Jet
Hello.
Falco. There he is, over there, his little head in the corner there. So we are driving back from a convention. What convention did we go to today, Jet?
LitCon in Cedar Falls.
Yeah, this is at the public library, and it was a nice little show. Was it free?
I believe it was.
I think it was free. I don't remember paying for it, and nobody who came to the show had to pay for it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. I like free shows.
Me too.
There's a lot less pressure, I think, because I'm not thinking about having spent a lot of money to get there if they don't go very well.
That's right.
So that's kind of a bonus. And also, I just... it makes it a little bit easier to just be like, hey man, whatever I get out of this, I get out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spend the time to drive out, we spend the time to sit at the show, but it just makes it a little bit more pleasant to just, like, it's easier to compartmentalize negativity, true. I think. It's easier to just say, like, you know what, I gotta talk to a handful of people, I gotta sell a handful of stuff, and that was a pretty good show. So, and that's pretty much how I feel about the show. I gotta talk to a handful of people. I gotta sell a handful of stuff. It was a pretty good show.
Shook a handful of hands.
Did you?
That was awkward. That guy shouldn't have had that many hands. And all in one hand too. How did he do it?
This is really freakish. I will, when I close my eyes, I still see it.
It's forever ingrained into your mental walls.
I'm really bad at positioning this camera. It keeps drifting, so.
Because I'm drifting right now, actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
just
running in the 90s.
Look, I'll work on the drifting. You work on the driving, and we'll meet in the middle.
Sounds good.
So I guess any highlights from today's show, Jet? Any highlights from your experience at the show?
One thing that I enjoyed, should we start at the start or the end? Because my highlight's at the end of the show.
I mean, like, whatever you want to talk about, man. This is an open Tomcast. This is an open forum Tomcast.
This is nice.
It is nice. It's much better because, like, the last time you were on the Tomcast, we had a very rigid.
Yeah, it was scripted.
It was fully scripted.
Yeah.
And we had to do many takes. Actually, we did have to do many takes.
That's true.
I kind of forgot that we actually did do a couple takes.
Yeah, I would forget the question and be like rambling on and be like, wait, what was I talking about?
Can we do this over?
Can we start over?
Yeah. It worked out well though, because I think ultimately, like, we had a really solid interview. It was fun. This isn't going to be like that though.
No, this isn't going to be terrible, guys.
No, this isn't going to be fun at all. It's probably not going to be fun to watch with how much I'm moving the camera.
You should turn the camera around and show them your tripod.
Yeah, this is my sweet, sick tripod. Hello. Wave to the people, tripod. How's it going? Yeah, all right.
It's brilliant.
Looking good. Okay.
You MacGyvered it.
Well, you know.
You got a nice shot of it, too.
It's surprising how, that might help a little bit. I was going to say, it's surprising how sweaty my arm is getting just sitting on this bag.
Yeah.
But the vent was blowing directly onto my arm. That might have something to do with it. But anyway, so highlights from the show.
Yes. Well, everyone started packing up an hour before it closed.
Yes.
That was interesting.
Well, it wouldn't be what I would call a highlight, but it was a thing that happened.
Are we doing highlights and lowlights?
Highlights and low. Okay. That's a low light.
Well, for some people it was a highlight because they got to go home early and enjoy their home and
I mean, like, the people right next to me that had that big setup with all the goofy crap, like
all the anime toys.
They weren't even done, like, tearing down when we left, like, long after the thing was over. So they
were dedicated.
They probably needed to start as early as they did so that they could get out of there before they locked the doors. So that's
fair. They had a lot of stuff.
They did have a lot of stuff.
And I think they were just planning on, like, not even packing it up, just scooting it all out the door. Because as we were leaving, the lady at the front table of that stand was like, okay, clear a path. We're moving it all at once.
Look, you're going to have to not lock us in. We're gonna have to get out of here.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough. They had a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that either. Pack all that stuff up. That's
No. Well, you stayed open till the bitter end.
Yes, and a highlight of that was it's always been a goal of mine to try and sell something in the last 10 to 5 minutes of a show, because there's always at least one customer hanging out being like, man, what can I buy? Because I got here late. Some people get there late, and some people don't realize there's a show going on at all, and they just walk in and they're like, whoa, this is a great opportunity, so what can I do with it? So I wanted to be one of those people who didn't pack up at all until the actual closing time, and for once it was actually beneficial because I actually sold something at the end, and that was awesome. So mission accomplished.
Yes. Well, you sold your package deal.
Yeah,
right?
I did.
So
Sell the book,
this is not
the
nothing.
soundtrack, everything. That's one of my goals, is to sell at least one of those at a show, and I did it. So that's
nice.
I mean,
nice.
I wouldn't. I've had better and I've had worse shows, but at least I got that one thing sold.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, no, that's kind of how I feel about this show too. Is I pretty much made 2 sales. Well, I guess I made 3 sales, but I made 2 substantial sales that were like, hey, here's more than $1.
Right.
But yeah, no, it was definitely I'm glad that I was here to do that, and I did have some good discussions with people.
Oh yeah.
And it was nice to meet some people. I had a highlight for me was I had someone draw me fan art.
Yeah,
while I was at the show.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, one of the other people, one of the other vendors at the table, I think her name was Amy, with it's the 3 Pegasuses. The 3 Pegasus.
Pegasi?
Well, it's called Pegasus, maybe.
Yeah, Pegasi.
At any rate, Amy was her name. She came over and bought a couple books, and because it was kind of slow, she was reading them. And
instant fan art?
Yeah, and
wow.
she drew me some fan art. She's like, I don't have a lot to do, so I decided to draw one of your characters. And I was like, that's the best.
That is really
I'm gonna put that up here.
Yeah.
Thanks, future Tom, for editing that in. But yeah, that's kind of a first. I've commissioned people at conventions before to say, hey, would you draw one of my characters?
That's
I'll pay you
something
to
I
do
always forget to do. I want to start doing that.
it's fun. It's fun. I'd really like to, we've got a lot of guys that come to shows that we go to that have sketchbooks that they pay for people to and they've got themes. I love that. That's freaking cool.
Yeah, there was a guy who did a book just of Mary Jane.
Yeah, that's
Mary
right.
Jane
Yeah.
Watson.
Did you do a Mary
did
Jane?
one,
I've
yeah.
got a Mary Jane in
Yeah.
that one too.
That was
yeah.
cool.
Shout outs.
What is his name?
No shout outs.
Just say a name right now. You can edit in the name once you figure it out later. Edit in post. So
We're both good at remembering names. Shout outs to
Ivan.
Yeah, I love
Ivan.
He's the coolest.
Yes. Thank you so much. And we do really like you, and I'm really sorry we couldn't think of your name.
We met 1 million new people. No, not 1 million.
No.
There weren't 1 million people at the show. We'll talk about that later.
There were definitely not 1 million people at that show.
But we met a lot of new people today. So
We did.
And at every con, so it's kind of hard to keep track of everyone's names.
Indeed.
But we know his face, and he has a great face.
He's got a great mustache.
Yes, great mustache. Serious.
I'm glad that we went. This was our first time going to LitCon. I guess it's their second year doing the show. The people who I talked to who had done the show last year said that last year was busier than this year. And yeah, you had talked to someone who shed some light on maybe why it wasn't as busy this year.
Unfortunately, an event was planned 2 weeks ago at a nearby college that completely stole our prospective crowd. What we would have seen, a bunch of college kids. It's a college town for the most part.
Yeah.
We would have seen a big college kid group, but that didn't happen because they had an event planned on the same day that they just kind of threw together last minute. So if you're a college kid, would you go to an event that's a mile away at the public library or an event that's on campus? So I don't blame them.
Right. And I guess it's a video game thing too, which is no, that sounds cool. Yeah, you got me.
You guys are cooler than us.
Yeah, but in that being said, I would put LitCon in line with a lot of other library shows that I've been to.
For sure.
It's
a good show.
It is a very good show.
Great people. And it's put on very well. I think it's
Oh yeah,
very well organized.
it was a good layout. They had food, like
Yeah.
they like brought in like food vendors for the day. Like that was cool.
Filipino cuisine.
Yeah, I wish
rolls
I
and
should have tried it. I brought snacks, so I was like, and also like I probably would have tried it if a couple more people had bought books from me. So I just say, I didn't come with like a lot of extra funds to like so I can like buy a bunch of stuff while I'm there.
Yeah,
so.
we bring granola bars and stuff. M&Ms.
Yeah, they did provide granola bars as well.
We got some water as well. That was
Which was nice. Yeah, it's a little thing, but like when a con does that, when they like leave.
This right here. I'm
Yeah,
still drinking it.
that's some sweet looking water there, bro.
It's natural spring water.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
That didn't just come out of a hose or a faucet.
It came out of a natural.
It came out of a natural spring.
Not
Otherwise,
a
they
fake
wouldn't
spring.
they wouldn't put it on there
Yeah.
if that wasn't true.
Don't believe the fake news about natural spring water. Never mind. I was gonna kind of be topical with the fake news.
Hashtag fake news.
Yeah, there you go.
Hashtag not all spring water.
Hashtag fake spring water. Yeah, well,
We're cutting edge on the Tomcast.
that's right.
So Jet, I wanted to ask you a couple questions just about this is not your first year. What was your first year doing? What year of doing cons is this? Now let me rephrase this question a couple more times. How many years have you done cons? Like where you're like selling your
I think
stuff?
it's exactly like this week is exactly 2 years actually. My first was
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. We're celebrating right now.
Yeah, that's
This is
great.
the Tomcast.
That's right,
Anniversary
Celebratory Tomcast. It's gonna be titled Jet Celebratory Tomcast.
2 years.
Yeah.
Hashtag 2 years. I can't do that, kids. I can't do the hashtag thing in real life. That's just weird.
It's okay.
But yeah, 2 years since November of 2015, I believe, was a Midwest Comic Con, I think.
Oh sure, okay.
Yeah. It might have been.
Oh, was that your first show?
Yeah, Midwest Comic Con 2015 with the wrestling ring and everything.
Yeah.
Super loud. Kind of cool, actually.
It
It
was
very memorable.
It was all right. Yeah.
Live wrestling like 2 aisles away.
That one was pretty good. I liked that one.
And I didn't even have a book or anything for sale, but just some random,
That's right.
just
yeah.
black and white prints that I made at FedEx Kinko's or whatever.
Yeah, and I came and I hassled you, and I was like, "When are you gonna make a book so I can buy a book?"
And I luckily had business cards finished like the day before. They were a piece of crap. I still have them. I'm still trying to get rid of them. 1,000 of them. Those just plain white business cards with my logo on them. They just terrible. But
Yep. Just start stuffing them in books.
I have them.
I mean, yeah.
Throwing them out the window.
Like confetti.
Go to my website. Just throw them out. Yeah.
If you cut somebody off in traffic, just I'm sorry.
You just got
Read my
targeted.
comic. Yeah. So, how many cons did you do this year? Like, how many cons have you done so far this year?
Oh man.
Any idea?
2016 I did a few, but 2017, ever since I finished the Kickstarter, I've been trying to do every con I could get.
Yeah, I feel like you've done a lot.
I
Like,
did
it
maybe
seems
3 a
like-
month.
Yeah,
since,
it seems like just about every weekend.
Yeah, since June, I think, of this year. I've been just super busy, driving all over the place, trying to get my word out there, you know, and sharing the book. And yeah, it's been fun. It's been very fun.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I don't know how many. I'm trying to think of like how many I've done this year. I usually like to do kind of a review of like how many shows I did in a year. I have no idea. It's definitely less than I did last year.
You usually do a post video, like a Tomcast reviewing each one, don't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I try to. I don't always. Sometimes I don't because it's a bad show, and sometimes I don't just because I forget. But I've been trying to be a bit like this year has been like the year of honest Tomcasts of like,
Oh, yeah.
So here's what happened. Let me tell you about how bad this show was or how good this show was.
People, I dig it. I think people dig it too.
It's been kind of nice. And it's one of those things where I realize like, you know what? It's just the internet watching. The internet likes honesty, probably. I don't know. Whatever.
I think they do. I like it.
Well,
It's been very eye-opening and insightful to see whenever a creator goes through something that you can relate to. It's just like, wow, I'm not the only one who's put up with a crappy show, or even like just weird people at a a show or just any sort of situation that comes up, it's just nice to hear that, you know, you're not alone in that situation.
Well, yeah, I think it helps to talk about it a little bit. I mean, you know, the Tomcast kind of works as just like a sounding board for me. Like, you know, I don't usually want to burden someone with something negative, and so I usually try not to get too down in my Tomcasts. But I think it is important when you have a failure or you have something that was really hard to experience. I think that it's good to kind of talk it out. It helps you learn from it, and it can help you get over it. You know, because like some of the shows that I've done this year have been very distressing and depressing, and it's hard to like feel like I should keep doing this when I have those experiences. But I think it's good to document that and talk about it so that I can compare it to like, okay, but then I had a really good show and I talked about that.
Right.
And then I had a show like this where it's like, you know what, that was okay. Like, I wish I was better. But really, I can't complain too much about today. You know, and I got to hang out with Jet. And I like hanging out with Jet, so that's cool. And I got to interview him on the Tomcast.
Yeah. That's fun.
Do you think that next year, like, do you think next year you're going to try and do as many shows?
Well, I want to, because I'm going to try and do another Kickstarter for Volume 2. And with that, you definitely want to do as many shows as you can. Because
right.
I'm going to try and get the word out during the Kickstarter and before. And yeah, I'm going to try.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. Yeah,
it might lighten the load compared to this year. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah. Well, and that's one good thing that I think about doing a couple years of doing like a lot of shows or as many as you can is that you kind of try out the ones that you're just like, I just want to see what I think of this one.
Right.
And then, you know, if you need to make decisions or if next year like some of them fall on the same date, you've got a frame of reference.
Yeah.
Or if there's a new show that you want to try, but it, you know, coincides with another show, like, okay, you know, maybe I'll take off this year to try this new one, or, you know, I really liked this one last year, so maybe I won't try that new one this year since it's on the same date. Like, it's helpful to have gone to a lot of shows, because then you really can start making assessments of like, okay, what do I want to spend my time and money like trying to get to? So you think volume 2 is going to be out next year? Like, what's Oh man,
definitely going to be out next year. I don't know what time next year, but
you heard it here. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Volume 2, Dreamer's Echo, will come out next year. It's going to be bigger than Volume 1, that's for sure. There's a lot happening.
Oh
in
yeah,
this volume,
yeah.
it's
Oh,
exciting.
that's why I'm surprised to hear you say that. Because like, what chapter did you just finish?
9. And I think I'm going to go to at least 14 or 15 before Volume 2 is complete.
That's a lot of chapter. Like,
Yeah.
as someone who only makes books when he's like 3 books ahead,
that's kind of nice though. You've got it made. You just got to kind of format
the thing
it.
is like everything that I've done has just been like accidental, because it's like I didn't ever plan to make books, and by the time I did, I was almost 2 books done. Like, I think by the time Volume 1 came out, I was almost done with chapter 10, which would have been the end of Volume 2. So it's like, it's just happened that way. It wasn't like on purpose. It's 5 years of just doing a webcomic without thinking that I could print it.
Which is
so
a feat in itself.
I kind of prefer your method of like, hey, how about I actually like have a format in mind?
It is kind of helpful, yeah, because you're making your comic now and posting it and thinking like, I'm gonna translate this and transfer it to paper. So I've got that in mind, and I've got a roadmap now.
Yeah,
it's nice, but
but
creating it on the fly and getting it all put together is tough.
So you're gonna do upwards of 6 chapters yet?
6 or 7.
Man.
So we'll see.
Well, you do have a pretty good rate of putting things out. I've been very impressed at how quickly you go from sketched pages to complete pages and get them published.
Sorry, the cruise control is going crazy.
Oh, that's okay. It might not. For all I know, it's not even picking up us. So that's. Well, yeah. Well, cool. Well, I look forward to seeing more Dreamer's Echo, which will have to come out at an accelerated rate if you want to get Volume 2 out next year.
Yeah, chapter 10's sketched. Now I just gotta put it all together, and the tough part comes.
That's crazy.
out.
I feel good about having one page of next to sketched ahead of time, and it's just barely sketched ahead of time. And this guy's got a whole chapter ready to start inking.
But you post almost every other day. I post like, I'll do every other day for a while, and then I take like a 2-week break because I'm burnt out and I need to just see what I can do.
Hey, you know what? We're getting our stories out, and that's the important part.
Yeah,
So.
definitely.
I don't know. I think that's it. It was a fun show.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was always nice to travel with somebody.
Oh yeah.
And it's nice to have you on the show. Thanks for being on the Tomcast.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for helping me come up with content.
I love Tomcasts.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, I think I'm a couple behind again. Like I did that nice like burst of 3, and then I
Yeah, and you changed shirts.
I
that
dropped
was
off again.
You had me.
What do you mean changed
Oh,
shirts?
no.
It was different days that I
Yeah.
recorded those
Sure.
episodes. It just happened. I didn't move my camera, so it looked like it was the same.
Oh no, yeah, I see it now. The different days, yes.
Anyway,
Are you looking at the screen or the camera?
I'm looking at the camera.
The lens.
I think I've gotten pretty good at not looking at the. I've been looking at the screen a lot for this one because
it's an art form.
because I have to like make sure that we're both still in frame. Let's see how sick I can make. Oh man, I should have been holding it like this. This looks way better.
Start over.
Okay,
Start
all
the whole
right.
thing
Well,
over.
thanks for watching.
Bye. You want me to do it?
Yeah, do it.
Wait, keep your stick on the ice.
Yeah.